Hi everyone, so the Bitcoin price have decided to go all the way to the direction we was pointing out, and that is the 112 and grab that as a support. We still see how it's still fighting over there, but we still have a little bit of time to go all over that area. And in the last video, like 2 days ago, I was talking about how we probably gonna have an impulse to the upside and then come all the way down to liquidate everybody. But what the Bitcoin price did was to come all the way to liquidate everybody, but we didn't break out, and now we see how we made a higher high as well, and we trying again to break that that support. So let's see how this play out. We're going to talk about it. Also, we're going to check the daily and the 1 hour time in order to see where we can jump into the trade if you're still not inside. But according to my strategy and to my videos I have been calling, you should be already inside if we were around the area 108. So hopefully you jump there and you're already in profit, because we're going to continue going all the way up, because in the daily we are really nice with the time frame. Let's take a look to the calling I was doing. Actually, it was a day ago. And in the 4 hours, you should be already inside. You should be already inside. Like, you know, we're already reaching previous high. Potentially we're going to go and smash and go down to just liquidate everybody. This is what always happens in the previous high. It wouldn't surprise me if we do something like that as well, because we do have the time to do it, and it's going to be perfectly fine. And after that, we can continue going down. We can also just smash it over here, but naturally and mostly what happens is that we go up, take all the liquidations, all the money from people here, and then again everybody going over here, we grab the money, and then we continue with the MI55 and the 10 in this direction. We bounce over there and we continue going to the other side. So keep it in mind if you want to have a good entry. Exactly, guys, exactly. That is what I was calling, and this is what actually is happening. And remember, if you want to take advantage of the market, you can go to the description below. I do have a nice coupon code for Bybit and Bitunix. You can go long or short with Bitcoin and many altcoins. And in Bitunix, you don't need to undress yourself. There is no KYC over there. So now jumping into the chart, we see already how we massively going all the way, forcing gold to go up, and now we see how this liquidation discount already being removed. Let's see how this go in the 1 hour chart. Let me see. Yeah, we still the Fortuna line still have a lot of strength, still have the way to go. The timing is already like running out, but we still have this strength of the Fortuna line. So this right now is just liquidation, and like have been calling many times. The risk reward is, the risk is higher and the reward is less every time we in previous high. That's why I never recommend to enter into a trade there. That doesn't mean that you don't get to make money. I mean, you can go there, but the reward gonna be less. So what I would expect from here, either we go higher, we make this as like a stable support. The time will pass, because potentially not for sure, but maybe we're gonna have a bearish diversion over here, and once the time pass, we do a small red valley over here. The time pass already, and when we have the confirmation to enter, then I will go into a trade. Probably we're gonna either we have a consolidation over here, or we go to retest this area, which still will be nice, because we will have a higher low. And this is something you need to keep in mind. Don't get scared just because the candles and they're just going up and down, and now we have this support over here. We're not gonna break it. I do think we're gonna break it, because in the 1 hour chart I have been explained many times how the time is playing really good over there. We're gonna go and analyze that, but for now we're still in the 4 hour chart. So remember, I was calling to you to enter into 110. You see how nicely you can make from there to here at 4%, and with leverage it will be so much more dependent the amount you're trading with. That's why you should stick to your strategy and don't overthink. This is something that many people do, like overthinking. It will just make you more confused. That's why it was so simple. What I was saying, many people were saying that we don't gonna bounce anymore, we continue going down and down, but that historically Bitcoin never does. So there are some icons that they just go down, you know, and they never come back. But with Bitcoin, that never happened before. So that's why I was also expecting for that bounce. Now we have the bounce, and now is a really decisive moment, guys, this week and next week, because I was calling like 2 days ago, we have like around eight days, and we need to see the Bitcoin price smashing this 55 MA, which is pretty much breaking this support right here. We need to overtake that price, test it, and go all the way up like this. We're gonna go up, and that will play out really nicely with the consolidation I have been calling in the weekly. Like you can see already here, and here in the daily, you can see really nice how we have been just going like this, consolidating like this. So something to keep in mind, because the time is really good right now. We still have time to go a little bit red, and then we're gonna start the green valley, which is gonna start smashing this. The Fortuna line still a negative position, but in any moment we can just go into the the positive, exactly as we have done in the other time frames. Like we start already in the 1 hour chart, you can see how we were just going down and down in a negative, and now we went up. And this is what I was expecting as well to happen in the daily. Let's see how this play out, guys. But so far have been going according to what I have been predicted. So if you don't want to miss this kind of trades, you should subscribe to the channel, smash that like and share with a friend. I would really appreciate that to grow the channel, and also the algorithm and start to spare all this information to other people that are interested as well. So yeah, let's go to the daily and let's just check what actually is happening there. I was mentioning, let me see, I can remove this. So what is it really important for now, really important for us, is to break this. We need to break it. Latest next week we need to break it, because otherwise that's not gonna be good. This is gonna be a break of trend. You see how we were going all the way up and up and up and up and up, then we go over here, we smash it. But even if we smash this is not this is not just a confirmation that we're gonna rally. We need to smash this part, this area as well, because otherwise you can see like this. If we don't smash that area, we're gonna continue going down, and we don't want to see that, because that will change completely the trend. Just be cautious and keep it in mind, because that can happen when nobody is expecting that. It could happen, but I don't see it right now, but the possibility is there. It's just something to keep in mind, because many people are just calling we're going to 100 to 200, 250. So the majority of people are just thinking that, and like this is how the market love to take everybody. They give it surprise to everybody. Just whenever nobody expect, they just smash to the downside or to the upside. So if you're watching this video, hopefully you're gonna be aware of that and gonna be more cautious with your trades and also with your money. Because yeah, it's a big possibility right now. How I have been repeating many times, with the time we have, it looks fine. It looks fine. We still can continue to go down. Well, what I would be worried is if we start to make the green valley. We start to do the green valley over here. We still haven't smashed that, and we're losing the time around this area. Just going up and down, up and down, up and down. And then we have the confirmation of the time running out right here. Exactly in that moment, there will be the moment to just go. And I'm gonna tell you if that's gonna happen. So that's why you subscribe to the channel, and also share it with a friend that you know that you don't want that he get inside the boat when the boat is just going down. So let's see how that play out, guys. But for now, I'm expecting to have this bounce to the opposite. And also, something you should have in consideration as well. This is really relative, because depending how you manage your portfolio, that I have been calling many times, like how the structure of having a monthly portfolio where you don't sell anything, that is just the Bitcoin you have for the whole life, because Bitcoin is just going to millions and millions. If you understand that, you're going to be buying every time, just put it in the monthly, but the money run out as well. And yeah, we can put our paycheck every month, but we also want to make more sats, buy more bitcoins, and at a certain point it run out as well. So that's why the weekly also come to play, because in the weekly you can just buy bitcoin at a lower price, and months after you can just sell it, and like this you're gonna be buying low, hopefully buying low, because most of the people do the completely opposite, even if it sounds so simple. Buying low and selling high, and then you accumulate percentage of that, you transfer it to the monthly one, and then you continue tracking of the weekly, and the same for the daily. The daily just work for a few weeks. You just buy low and saying high. That's why I'm saying repeatedly many times, the time frames are really important, guys, because nobody talk about that. And you need to know about it, because otherwise, if you lost with time frames and you just checking the charts, you're not gonna go anywhere. And let me give you a clear example of what I'm saying to you. I have been calling about the 4 hour chart, that this is a projection normally for the first like 44 hours, like 2 days more or less. And then you have something like this, like be shorted to Fabda, if still like, you know, like everybody in the space, we're just trying to help everybody to inform about Bitcoin and Ethereum, many icons that we think that are going to change and disrupt the financial system, which they already doing it. That's why TriFi and many institutions are here, because they know how this technology going to completely disrupt the traditional finance, and it's doing it already. Both are they joining, but this is what you need to, I want to show you. He say, in my opinion, it is great time to add ETH. You can take me later. But if you take a look to that, let me see, where is it? It's here. It's a 4-hour chart. He was calling it over here. He's calling over here. I don't think he's doing it in a mean matter. Like, I don't think that he wants you to F you up. It's just, if you don't know which time frame he's talking about, you're gonna F yourself. He's not really doing it. He just say calling it. He's just showing all the time he was calling it. He was calling down here, and then we see. But this actually, it took also days, you know. And a 4-hour chart, it won't really give you the projection for days, for more than 2 days. So in any case, if I will give a credit calling it from here all the way to here, you see how many weeks pass here over here, how many days. It passed so many. In that case, I would go to the daily. In this case, probably, let me see, it was 19, 20, 21, 22. Yeah, in here, yeah, it's right, 4-hour chart. But this is something you need to know, because otherwise, if you just see this chart and you buy in here, he's talking about the next 2 days, and you buy in here and you're expecting to go to 7,000 and Ethereum, which potentially going to do it once we break all-time high. But it won't happen in the 4-hour chart. It won't happen like in the next week, you know. You need to be aware of that. I just wanted to bring this up because many people still really lost about the time frame, and this give you a completely different picture of how the market structure is. And I think you also gonna have a lot of advantage how to take profit. So going back now to Bitcoin and the daily, we see, I already show you how nicely it looks. Let me show you again. We bouncing, we have this nice bounce when everybody was calling that we're going to already 200, and the possibility was there, but it was lower that we're going to go down, and higher that we're going to have this bounce. And now we see, so hopefully just keep an eye that we need to break this area, make it as a support, and then we're going to continue going to the 18,000. I have been predicting that already since last week. Yeah, and in the weekly, just you can see how nice we just bouncing. We just print another green candle from the same size of the red one we had last time. So what I'm expecting here already, I mentioned before, but I gonna in another video, but I'm just gonna point it out again. I'm expecting to have kind of this scenario over here. We see how we went from 108 all the way to 92. People was calling, we're going to 60. Then after that, we went even lower. We went to 89. That would be the scenario 105. I was calling as well. And then we went to smash it all the way to 112, 113 more or less, which would make a higher high if you see over here. Of course, we were completely consumed, and then we went all the way down, but something like this I'm expecting to happen over here. And that's why you should already keep in mind of the risk yourself, depending how much you are inside the market. But this is the opportunity you're going to have again to the risk yourself and sell some. We are not too many in this channel, guys, but I do hope that the small community I have at the moment, you pay attention to this and you start to the risk yourself, because we potentially going to break and do a new to high. I cannot call now 130, 140. I have been saying all the time, but the time here we already lose the time in the weekly. I did talk about this already. We have this bearish diversion, and now potentially we're going to be forming this consolidation to break structure in the weekly. And breaking the structure in the weekly, it means we can go really low. So just keep in mind, this is not thought. I'm not trying to give you fear to anybody. I'm just trying to show what the market is telling us. And what the market is telling us is that we're going to do something like this. For how long? I don't think that for much longer. So just keep that in mind, on mind, because after that, yeah, we're going to continue just breaking, bouncing, breaking, browsing. And yeah, and then it will come the bear market that everybody's saying it won't come. And which is I also just want to finish with something also Nick say, the bull room feels endless until it isn't. Always plan your exit. Exactly I was calling it. I'm saying to you right here, it always feels like never gonna end until it does. So just keep that in mind, guys. I hope that this video give you some good insights of what to do, how to navigate in the market as well. And don't forget, I would appreciate if you smack that like, subscribe to the channel, and share with your friends. See you tomorrow, guys. Have a nice weekend.